Welcome students. In the next lecture on the Taylor's and Lorentz series expansion. In the previous lecture we have discussed what is meant by Taylor series expansion and problem based on it, where we discussed two types of problems. One, a problem based problem of a function, problem based on a function which is analytic everywhere in the complex plane, and the second, the function who has singular points in the complex plane. Is it? Now in this lecture we are going to study the Lorentz series expansion. So first we are going to define what is meant by a Lorentz series expansion. The its explanation is little bit lengthy, but I hope you will try to understand the same. Lorentz series expansion. Okay. Now yes. In Lorentz series expansion, see if we have the two circles C1 and C2 are two concentric circles with a radii R1 and R2 respectively, and center at Z0. Okay. If f of z is analytic on C1 and C2 and in annular part, that's very important, and in annular part or say annular region, the most correct word is annular region, are between the two circles C1 and C2. Okay. Then the for any point, then for any point z in the region R, f of z can be given as f of z is equal to summation n runs from 0 to infinity n into z minus z naught raised to n plus summation bn into z minus z naught raised to minus n, where n runs from 1 to infinity. N runs from 1 to infinity. Okay. And where the n will be given as 1 upon 2 pi I integral over c, or integral over c1 f of omega upon omega minus z naught raised to n plus 1 integration with respect to omega, and the bn is also same, but which is on the circle to c2. So integral over c2 f of omega upon omega minus z naught raised to n plus 1 d omega. Okay. So here this particular, I call this as number 1. This entire expansion is number 1. So 1 is called as the Lorentz series expansion of the function. Okay. Now what exactly they have specified here? See, we have two concentric circle. One is a circle C1 and the another circle is C2, like this. Say this is my circle C1, this is our circle C2, and the center is a Z0. The C1 has the radii R1, the C2 has the radii as a R2. Now if your function is analytic in C1 and C2 and also in the annulus region means a region which is enclosed by these two circles, means this region. Okay, so if your function remains analytic in this annulus region, then we can expand this function as a Lorentz series expansion. Okay, and which is in the powers of course z minus z naught. But what is the difference in Taylor's and Lorentz series? In Lorentz series we have both positive as well as the negative powers of z minus z naught. That's it. That is very important. Now the very important point is the in Lorentz expansion the positive power part is known as analytic part. This is known as a analytic part, okay, or say regular part, where this negative power part or say negative power terms are called as a principal part of the Lorentz series. This is called principal part of Lorentz series. Okay. Now Taylor series expansions, a very important remark which I forget to mention with the Taylor series. I combine it for both Lorentz and Taylor's here. So Taylor's and Lorentz series expansion are unique, are the unique expansion. We don't get the any alternative in the specified region. Is it? So this is very important remark you should remember. Now, uh, one more point I would like to mention. If f of z is analytic inside the C2, then the Lorentz series reduces to the Taylor series. That this is another remark that I want to mention here. See, the given function f of z is completely analytic inside the C2, means over this entire region. If your function is analytic, then what happens? The principal part would be 0 and we get only analytic part, that is nothing but a Taylor series. Is this clear? So you remember this very important point. If the principal part is a 0, then the Lorentz expansion is nothing but a Taylor series expansion. Now we are going for some interesting problems based on this particular topic. So first problem which I like to discuss is okay, find the Lorentz expansion. Instead of that, what I do, I'll mention that find the all possible expansions. Then it will be more correct. Yeah, this is the question. Find all possible Lorentz expansion of the function f of z is equal to 2 minus z square, 2 minus z square whole divided by z into bracket 1 minus z into another bracket 2 minus z about z is equal to 0. Indicate indicate a region of convergence. This is very important. Indicate region of convergence in each case. Okay, so this is one additional sentence has been added, but this is not in the Taylor's, but it's fine. We have already discussed how to identify the region of convergence in case of Taylor series. Yeah. Of course, like as a previous, that is like as a Taylor series expansion, our first step is check if this has singular points. Yes, it has the singular points. Okay. So now accordingly, we have to identify the region of convergence. The first step which we are going to do, see in the denominator, we have the multiplication of linear factors. So we go for the partial fraction, that is number one. Okay, identification of the region we do afterward. In Taylor's, what I explained, I first identified the region of convergence, then I go for the uh, what you say that partial fraction and then further processes. Okay, no doubt. To avoid your confusion, we go for the identifying the region of convergence. Okay, so at z is equal to 0, we have to find expansion. Okay, so now what are the singular points? Here, f of z is equal to 2 minus z square divided by z into bracket 1 minus z into 2 minus z has z into bracket 1 minus z into 2 minus z is equal to 0, which implies z is equal to 0 from first term. If I equate with 0, we get z equal to 0. 1 minus z is equal to 0, we get z is equal to 1. From the second, we get z is equal to 2. Are singular points of f of z. These are the singular points of f of z. Now look at this and question z equal to 0. We have to find an expansion at z equals to 0. Is it? Now why this? Why I am underlining this particularly? It because the center of the circle is itself a singular point. Is it? And what we have seen? We have seen that the Lorentz series expansion is possible in the annulus region. That is a region which is between the two circles. Is it? Now how to tackle this situation? Don't worry, we'll discuss it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to plot the only horizontal axis. Straight lines. Yeah, this is well enough. Now we mark the 0 here. Then we are going to mark z is equal to 1 and then z is equal to 2. Okay. Now, as all these points are your, what you can say, these are all your, yes, these all are your single points. And of course, this point will act as a center of the circle. Is it? Now, from just first minute, forget that this is your singular point. Forget it. Just treat this as a center. From the center, which is a closed uh, singular point, that is z equals to 1. So we draw one circle which is center at 0 and having the radius of 1 unit like this. So this is my one of the circle. See, mod z is less than 1. Oh, sorry, equation of the circle we want. So mod z is equal to 1 is the equation of the circle. Okay, the next radii would be 2 because this point should lie on the boundary of the circle like this. Okay, what I do is I just delete this. We try to plot the shapes. Yeah, this is my first circle. This. Yeah. Now We draw one more circle. Which is something like this, concentric circle. This one. Yeah. Yeah, of course, some part of it is missing. I mean, not exactly as per our requirements. What I can do, I make it smaller one this way. We drag and drop it here. Try to make it little smaller. Yeah. Now I just remove this one. Z is equal to, I'll mark it here. Here I am having Z is equal. Now the diagram is little bit okay. Fine. Yeah. Now see, this first circle having the equation mod Z is equal to 1. Because of this, what happened? This Z is equal to 1 lie on the boundary of the circle. Next point is Z is equal to 2, which is on the circle mod Z is equal to 2 because its distance from the origin is 2. Getting? Now, we have to find out the Lorentz expansion, and the center of the circle is itself a singular point. Now, what to do? What we are going to do is we are going to drop the point, center point. I'm just dropping the center point. So what I'm getting a small hole, which is looks, when I drop a particular point, then what I'm observing, it is a small hole which has some circumference, is it? And of course, radius would be 0, no doubt. For that, what you can do, you can just take a paper and press your compass on it, that compass pin on that, and try to make a small hole there, like as a point. So what you observe, the point itself looks like a small circle with a radius as a 0, is it? So what I'm trading, this particular point I'm going to drop. That means I'm not going to take this 0 inside the region. So of course, the radius should be greater than 0, or say distance should be greater than 0, but less than 1. So it includes all such points which are coming to this. Okay, just a minute. Yes, which are coming to this portion. See, this is my now annulus region. This I have already dropped, and the points which are around it, like this. Is it? So all these points are included in this first region. So my first region of convergence is this. Got it? Yeah. Now the second region of convergence would be, I'll take some different color. Yeah. The second region of convergence would be this. This is also an annulus. Is it? So this is my second region. Now what will be its equation? Its equation is very easy to write. See, all those points which are between these two circles, see, this circle is a radius 1, of course. So the points which are between this having the distance more than 1, so 1 is greater than mod Z, and this points at a distance less than 2, because we are not going out away of the 2. या सर्कलच्या बाहेर आपण जात नाही. इथे या सर्कलला डिस्टन्स किती होणार आहे? 2 होणार आहे. इथे किती आहे? 1 आहे. 1 ते 2, 1 ते 2 यांच्यामधलं अंतर. So 1 is less than mod Z is less than 2. Okay, clear with this? Now there is one more region of integration. What is that? That region would be, see, take some different color for that. See the outside part of this bigger circle. Is it also a annulus region? This outside part is also a annulus region? Yes. Why? Because if I select a infinite radius, then what will happen? For a, see, this is your circle with a radius 2 and some infinite radius. Of course, this is not an infinite radius, but some infinite radius is also there. So this is also looks like an annulus region. That means currently your situation is like this. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Oh, sorry, x and y-axis. This is your circle with a center 2 and outside portion. So this outside portion is also a annulus region. Is it? Yeah, this is very important. This understanding is very important because whenever there is a question, indicate the region of convergence and find the Lorentz expansion, you always try to find out all these regions. But whenever they doesn't mention indicate the region of convergence, then what? You must able to identify the third region, that is mod z is greater than 2. So now how many regions we have identified? The one which is between this point and the one radii circle. Second, the region between one radii and two radii circle, and the region number 3, that is outside of the bigger circle. Got it? Yeah. Now we go for the second step. Now what is the second step? The second step is we apply the partial fraction on the function f of z is equal to 2 minus z square upon z into bracket 1 minus z into bracket 2 minus z. So the for partial fraction, what I'm getting, 2 minus z square upon z into bracket 1 minus z into bracket 2 minus z is equal to a upon z plus b upon 1 minus z plus c upon 2 minus z. As there are three factors, we are getting three constants. Okay, is equal to, now on cross multiplication, what I'm getting, 2 minus z square is equal to a into bracket. See, we are doing a cross multiplication because I want the same denominator in the place of a, in the denominator of b, and in the denominator of c. So which terms are missing in the denominator of a? These two terms are missing. So multiply a by these two terms, 1 minus z into 2 minus z plus b into, which term is missing in the denominator of b? The z and 2 minus z. So multiply with it, z into 2 minus z. And for c, what will be the terms? Yes, z and 1 minus. Okay. Now, put. I am going to substitute first z equal to 0. When I substitute z 0, this is going to be a 0 because 0 into anything is 0. The second term is also 0. Only this term will survive. So 2 into 2 minus 0 square is equal to a into bracket 1 minus 0 into 2 minus 0. So that gives me 2 is equal to 2a, which provides a is equal to 1. Next, I am going to substitute z as a 1. So what I am getting, 2 minus 1 square is equal to, see here I am having only 1. So 1 minus 1 becomes a 0. So a will be 0 plus c is also 0 because here also 1 minus z is present. So 1 minus 1 becomes a 0. Only the middle term will survive. So b into 1 into 2 minus 1. So here 2 minus 1 is 1 equals to b into 2 minus 1 is 1. So b is 1. Okay, now we go for the c. For that, we make a substitution for third value, that is z equals to 2. So when I substitute z is equal to 2, this term is 0, this term is also 0. So 2 minus 2 square is equal to c into 2 into 1 minus 2. So 1 minus 2 will be minus 1 into 2, that is minus 2c. Here I am having minus 4, 2 minus 4 is minus 2. So c will be 1. So a is 1, b is 1 and c is 1. So hence this is equals to 1 upon z plus 1 upon 1 minus z plus 1 upon 2 minus z. Clear? Now, as I discussed in the second problem of the Taylor series expansion, in this type of examples, we try to apply the standard series expansions or say Maclaurin series expansion of 1 minus z raised to minus 1 and 1 plus z raised to minus 1. And for both, what required? The region should be mod z is less than 1. Is it? Now, these expansions are 1 plus z square plus and so on. And here 1 minus z plus z square and so on. Second, in this problem, we are expecting the expansion at z is equal to 0. That means in powers of z minus z naught. What is z naught here? 0. So we are expecting the expansion in powers of Z. Are you clear with this? This is, we want the expansion in powers of Z. Now just have a look. Already we are getting the terms as a Z here. Fine. Only in this term, we need to manage one minus variable, because here I am having two minus variable. So we need to manage it. So that's why we are taking, yes, we are taking 2 common. Is it? So plus 2 into bracket 1 minus Z upon 2. Got it? Yeah. Now for first region. What is the first region? 0 is less than mod Z is less than 1. Now just have a look at the first term. 0 is less than mod Z is less than 1. Already the first term is in the powers of Z, that is negative power of Z. Look at it, the second term, 1 upon 1 minus Z. Okay, before I proceed for this discussion, I just write these terms in the with a negative term, negative powers. Yeah, first term is with already in powers of Z. Forget it. So this is 1 minus Z raised to minus 1 plus 1 by 2 into bracket 1 minus Z by 2 raised to minus 1. Yeah. Now first region. 0 is less than mod Z is less than 1. Now what we will do in this particular case? To avoid your confusion, what I do, I write a region equation here itself. 0 is less than mod Z less than 1. Now why this is? Because according to this region, we are taking the 2 common. Is it? Fine. Yeah. This is already in powers of Z. Now from this, just look at this, and this portion is your mod Z is less than 1. Yes. So we can expand this directly with this expansion. Yes. Now what about this? See, your mod Z is less than 1. But before we proceed, what is the relation between Z by 2 and Z? Of course, Z by 2 is less than less than Z. So hence mod Z by 2 is less than mod Z, and mod Z is less than 1. Clear? So and this is equals to the 1 upon Z as it is plus 1 plus Z plus Z square plus and so on plus 1 by 2 into bracket 1 plus Z by 2 plus Z square upon 2 square plus and so on this way. Now you can combine this 1 upon Z plus, see, 1 plus 1 by 2, that gives 3 by 2. Then plus Z and 1 by 2 into Z by 2, that gives 1 plus 1 by 4 into Z plus 1 plus Z square coefficient is 1, and here the Z square coefficient is 1 upon 2 square, that is 1 by 4, and this outside 1 by 2. So 1 by 4 into 1 by 2, that is 1 by 8 into Z square plus and so. So further we are getting, I write the positive powers first. So 3 by 2 plus 4 into 1, 4 plus 1, that is 5 by 4 into Z plus 9 by 8 into Z square plus and so on plus 1 upon Z. So you can observe the first term is with a positive power. So this is your analytic part, and there is only one negative power term, 1 upon Z, means what? Z raised to minus 1. So this is your principal part of the Lorentz expansion in the first region. Is this clear? So we have done the Lorentz expansion in the first region. Now we go for the second region. What is the second region? Yes, just observe this. 1 is less than mod Z is less than 2. That is a region between these two circles. The second region, 1 is less than mod Z less than 2, and your function is given as two minus z square upon z into bracket 1 minus z into 2 minus z is equal to 1 upon z plus 1 upon 1 minus z plus 1 upon 2 minus z. Now in this region you must be very conscious. Why? It because this region can be divided into two, means this inequality can be written in the two part. One is less than mod z and mod z is less than 2. Okay. In the first term, there is no need to worry. In the second term, of course, there is need to worry. Why? This is nothing but 1 minus z raised to minus 1. How can I expand this? This can be expanded as 1 plus z square plus and la and so on. But this is possible when mod z is less than 1. But what you have here, 1 is less than mod z. So first of all, you make it less than 1. How you can make it? Take reciprocal on both sides. Reciprocal on both sides. 1 as it is, the less than becomes a greater than, and mod z becomes 1 upon mod z. So rewriting this again, 1 by modulus of 1 by z is less than 1. Why I am writing modulus of 1 by z? Because the 1 has a modulus, it's 1. So numerator modulus and denominator modulus I have combined. Okay, and I rewrite from the right to left here. Hence I am observing this. So now what? In the middle term, you must take z common. Not only z, minus z common, because to apply this region or to apply this or to get this expansion, we need z as a common, then only this is applicable. Now go with the second region, mod z less than 2, divide both sides by 2. So this gives me mod z upon 2 is less than 1. So what I am getting, z by 2 is less than 1. Now z by 2 is manageable in the third term. Clear? So hence f of z is equal to 1 upon z plus, now here I am taking z as a common, so z into bracket 1 minus, not only z, I am taking minus z common, so 1 minus, as minus z is going out, it becomes 1, and this 1 becomes minus 1 upon z plus. From this I am taking 2 as a common, so 2 into bracket 1 minus z by 2. So in this is 1 upon z minus 1 upon z into 1 minus 1 upon z inverse plus 2 into 1 minus z by 2 raised to minus. I hope you are clear with this expansions. Yeah. Now this is equals to the first term as it is, because already in the powers of z, minus 1 upon z into bracket 1 minus variable. What is the formula for 1 minus variable? 1 plus variable plus variable square plus variable cube plus and so on, plus 2 into bracket. Again same, 1 plus variable, that is z by 2 plus z by 2 square plus z by 2 cube plus and so on. Is it? Now this is because modulus of 1 upon z is less than 1. That's why we are able to expand the middle term, and z by 2 is, modulus of z by 2 is also less than 1. Hence we are able to expand the third term. Got it? Now see, the first and the second term having the negative powers of z and the third term having the positive powers of z. So what I do, I just mention this in the first. So 2 into bracket 1 plus z by 2 plus z square upon 4 plus z cube upon 8 plus and so on plus. Now here 1 upon z, and when we multiply with this we get minus 1 upon z. So 1 upon z and minus 1 upon z cancel, so forget about 1 upon z terms. Now minus 1 upon z into 1 upon z gives me minus 1 upon z square. This is 1 upon z square, and minus 1 upon z gives me minus 1 upon z cube Next, minus 1 upon z raised to 4 plus and so on. So these are the terms with the positive powers, these are the terms with the negative powers. So these are analytic and principal part of the Lorentz expansion respectively. Okay. Now we are coming for the third region. What is the third region? Mod z is greater than 2. It's very simple. If I want to apply the standards expansion, what I'm expecting, the modulus of variable is less than 1. Here what you have, mod z is greater than 2. So we have to make it less than 1. So what to do? First you divide by 2 on both sides. By dividing 2 on both sides, we are getting mod z upon 2 is greater than 1. Okay. Now take reciprocal on both sides. So what I'm getting, 2 upon mod z is less than 1. Clear? So this gives me modulus of 2 upon z is less than 1. So the role of this term is over. Now what to do for the middle term? Since mod z is greater than 2 and 2 is greater than 1, this gives me mod z is greater than 1. So take reciprocal on both sides. So what I'm getting, modulus of 1 upon z is less than 1. We already discussed this. Now see, to apply the standard expansions, we required modulus of variable is less than 1. Just have a look on this and this. Am I getting the modulus of variable is less than 1? Yes. So now our job is to arrange the terms according to this modulus. These are my three terms. Is it 1 upon z after the partial fraction? These are my three terms. Is it? Now first term, there is no need because it is already expressed in the powers of z. Keep as it is. In the second term, yes, we need to arrange it properly because 1 minus z is there. So we want 1 upon z in that case because 1 upon z is manageable only in this. So for that we are taking minus 1 upon z as a common into bracket 1 minus 1 upon z inverse plus. From here we are taking 2 upon z. We need to arrange 2 upon z. So we are taking minus z common from here also. So minus 1 upon z into 1 upon minus z is going out, so it becomes 1 minus this 2 becomes minus 2 upon z, which is nothing but 1 upon z plus minus 1 upon z into 1 minus 1 upon z inverse plus minus 1 upon z into 1 minus 2 upon z inverse. Is it? Now further. Now apply your standard expansions. The first term 1 upon z as it is. The second term is minus 1 upon z. So I write this as minus 1 upon z into bracket 1 minus variable raised to minus 1. Expansion is 1 plus variable square plus and so on. Minus 1 upon z into third term. What is variable here? 2 upon z. So 1 plus variable, that is 2 upon z plus 2 upon z square plus and so on. Is it? So now this is 1 upon z. Now minus 1 upon z into this. So minus 1 upon z minus 1 upon z square minus 1 upon z cube plus and so on. Now we multiply by minus 1 upon z to this. So we get minus 1 upon z minus 2 upon z square. Here I am getting z square and this z becomes z cube in the denominator and in the numerator 2 square, that is 4 minus and so on. Now combine the terms. So plus 1 upon z minus 1 upon z cancel, only this will remain. So minus 1 upon z as it is. Now here I am getting 1 upon z square common. Here also I am getting 1 upon z square common. So we have, just a minute, I am taking the minus sign common. as both are in the minus and I'm taking common. So here I'm getting 1 and here I'm getting plus 2 into 1 upon z square. Again I'm taking minus sign common. From here the coefficient will be 1 and here the coefficient will be 4 into 1 upon z cube minus and so on. So hence my answer is minus 1 upon z minus 3 into 1 upon z square minus 5 into 1 upon z cube minus 7 into 1 upon z raised to 4 minus and so on. Is it okay? So this is how one can expand as a Taylor series expansion, Lorentz series expansion. The only thing is what is the difference in the Taylor's and the Lorentz? Taylor's expansion is possible only if your function is analytic inside the circle. Lorentz expansion is possible only if the region of analyticity is annulus region. That is very important point. Second, what I've done with this region identification, because I have done this arrangement because I want to apply these expansion 1 minus variable raised to minus 1 and 1 plus variable raised to minus 1. In both the cases, what I'm expecting, modulus of variable should be less than 1. I'm calling this as purposefully variable. Is it? So based on your region, mod z is greater than 2, try to arrange in this format. Modulus of variable is less than 1. So I arranged in this way. So this is, I am through. Now one more point remain because of the middle term. In the middle term, I am not able to manage 2 upon z because the middle term is 1 minus z. I am not able to manage 2 upon z here anyhow. So now what? As your mod z is greater than 1, mod z is greater than 2, of course it is greater than 1. Hence I am getting mod z is greater than 1. Now how I come to know this? It can be derived from this case. Okay. So this is all about your Lorentz series expansion problems. Just go through with this example once again and try to answer on your own for the next homework question. I am purposefully giving a problem where the center is not a singular point. Okay. So find all possible expansions, of f of z is equal to 2 upon z minus 1 into z minus 2 about z is equal to 0. Now see, here singular points are 1 and 2 and center is 0. So 0 is not a singular point. So these are the two singular points we have. So we are going to construct two circles around 0. The first circle is of radius 1, the second circle is of radius 2. This is of radius 1 and this will be of radius 2. That's it. Now what are the region of convergence? See, inside this region is your function is completely analytic? Yes, because center is not a singular point. So what is the equation of this circle? Mod z is equal to 1. Hence the region equation will be mod z is less than 1. Clear? Now go for this middle region. This region having the points which are at a distance greater than 1 and less than 2. And the equation of the circle is in the form of mod z. So the second region will be 1 less than mod z less than 2. Now the third region, that is outside the bigger circle. Is it? So outside the bigger circle, the region would be mod z is greater than 2. So this is my first region, this is second, and this would be third. One more point. Inside the mod z less than 1, your function is analytic. So whatever you get in expansion, you will get only positive powers, that is Taylor's expansion. In the second region, some powers, few terms with the negative as well as the positive powers. And for outside region, only terms with the negative powers. Is it? So try to get this problem, try to solve this problem and post your answer on the WhatsApp by today evening. Is it? And I am expecting that everyone will try to solve this example. If I am getting the reply from everyone, then only I am going to post few more videos on Lorentz problems, because this is very important concept from your examination point of view. And second thing is the problem solving is quite easy once you get its trick. Is it? Yeah. So we'll meet in the next lecture. So I'm expecting the answers from everyone by today evening. Okay. Thank you everyone.